Hello everyone. I came across this Sam Kingsley's diagram in LinkedIn. I thought I should do a video about this. I was extremely obsessed on what he is trying to say, and that's something that is very true because I have seen not only me, maybe you or many times. This is what happening. This is what making marketing into a random act of marketing, I would say. So many a times like it feels like when we are doing a marketing campaign, it feels like we are trying to throw spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks to it. Like it's kind of a, let's try this channel, let's land that campaign, maybe a podcast or maybe an ebook, and then we always wonder why nothing really connects to that audience, and we end up without knowing what moves that needle. So this explanation by Sam Keenley is extremely simple to understand, but it's one of the clearest explanation I have seen. You know, about why marketing works and why some of it just turns into what he calls as random acts of marketing. If you see, it has the universal five stages of how the marketing should progress, and at the top, very top, you can see the audience where that's where the strategy has to start. Everything else like your messaging, your timing, your channels, your medium, all flows from understanding who your audience really is. But there is a trap in this, and most of us don't even realize that there is a trap, and the trap is that most of us don't even start from the top, we start from the bottom. We, of course, we know what the audience is, who's the audience is. Of course we know when we have to do the timing, I mean what the message we are trying to connect with this audience. But the problem is in the order of doing this thing. We jump straight from the medium or the channel, and start questioning that should we make a video, should we write a blog post, or should we create a marketing collateral. But if we don't know who you are speaking to, if you of course, like if you are in maybe let's say 2+ years in an industry, you know who your audience is. I'm not trying to say that you need to re-go to the drawing board and study the audiences. Of course, most of us know the audience, but the problem is that for each and every campaign it goes granular, and we could easily classify, if we take some moment, and we could easily classify them into cohorts, or it's as a group, and there could be multiple groups, then more than you can imagine. And that's what I'm trying to call here as an audience. It's not a generalization of the who the audience is for your business. It's like learning to drive a car. You just hop in, you hit the pedal, hope for the best. You are technically moving. That's right, but it's not gonna be. It's gonna be a rough one, right? You need to understand the rules of the road first. In marketing, the road starts with the audience. So if you want to break it down, so your audience informs your message, because if you don't know their pain points, your message is going to miss, and that message is going to actually dictate the timing when they are mostly like to care or to notice, or or have the tendency to act on your messaging. Then the timing affects the channels where they actually hang out, and or they're reading newsletters, or they on LinkedIn, or they on Facebook, or they on Instagram. You don't want to blast a teenager with a Facebook ad, or maybe anyone these days, honestly. And then finally the channel determines your medium, whether it could be a blog post, it could be a video or a tweet or webinar, or it could be something else entirely. But what matters here is that when you go in this order, the top to bottom, your strategy flows naturally. You will have a natural tendency of that mental models in yourself. It will be very logical, it is connected, it is also measurable. But when you go from the bottom up, when you start with like let's just make a thing and see who likes it, you fall into the random acts of marketing trap. You are not being strategic here, you are just being super busy occupying yourself and doing things. And I get it, because early in my career I overcomplicate everything. I thought sounding smart meant being smart. I would create a 20-page decks to explain even the basic concepts. But over time I realized that to be a smart marketer, uh, we need to simplify things. Okay, it's it should be simple, it should be clear, it should be authentic. If you don't know your audience, everything else falls apart. Your message could be an off for them, your timing could be wrong, it could your channel could be irrelevant, your medium could be wasted into a black hole. So next time, whenever you are planning a campaign, just take a brief pause. Don't jump into tactics. Don't ask, should we run this ad or not, or should we do this podcast or not. You should actually start by asking, who are we trying to reach to? What is that moment of their day-to-day activity, or in a lifetime, or we trying to connect with? If you get that right, everything starts falling into the place. Because the actual work in marketing is not actually doing more, it's doing the right things in the right order. Right, strategy flows down, chaos flows up. Choose your direction wisely. Thank you.